Hey guys, it's me, Ashley from Bookaholics Anonymous, and this is going to be a review on Ruthless, um, by, oh, crap. um, by Carolyn Lee Adams. I would show you a cover, but it actually isn't a cover because this is just a e-galley. It's from Simon Pulse, and it was released on, the on-sale date is June 2nd of this year, so yeah. I'm actually doing this as part of a blog tour as well. So Ruthless is actually like a cat and mouse kind of book. Basically what the summary says is when Ruth is kidnapped, she's determined not to become the serial killer's next trophy. After she's able to escape, her captor begins stalking her and trying to basically kill her because, yeah, that's what killers do. So she goes on, she's like, the very beginning of the book, the very first chapter is her basically being abducted, and she's in the back of this pickup truck. She doesn't know where she is. She's just coming to. She's got this concussion. She doesn't know what's going on. And so, that's my phone. So yeah, that's basically what how it starts off. Just right on into the story, which is awesome. I love that about it. It doesn't start slow. It doesn't begin with what she was doing before she got captured or kidnapped, I'm sorry, and then go on into the story some. What it does is it kind of goes back and forth, I guess you can say, which sounds like it might be a little bit confusing, but it's actually not confusing. It's actually better, I think, because you're not bogged down with the beginning to end of the story. You're kind of thrown into the story, then you go back to the beginning of the story to see how she ended up like this, and then you go back to where she is in the present and what she's doing. So basically she's in the truck. Her kidnapper is driving her somewhere, and she doesn't know what's going on. She is, talking to herself, trying to figure it out in her mind what's going on. And it just, like, it's awesome. I like this kind of book is what I like. And it kept your attention the whole way through, because when you thought she was going to get away and she'd be okay and she would be in the safety of someone else, it would do a complete 360 and she'd be basically back to where she began. And I like that because it's like, it's not a clean getaway, and she doesn't just save herself. She's got to go through all this stuff, and she's got to go through these days and nights of being alone and going through stages of fear and hopelessness and not wanting to keep going forward. But then she realizes that there are people who do care about her, and she wants to keep going. She wants to try to make it out alive. She's going to beat this person who kidnapped her and is trying to kill her. Her survival instincts are kind of kicking in. She wants to prove to people that she is the strong person that they thought she was. And so that keeps her going. And I love that about her. That's how she is. She didn't completely lose faith in herself. She kept pushing, trying to be better. And you know, whether it worked out for her or not, you'll have to read for yourself. But, so when this killer gets her to this cabin in the woods, he basically leaves her alone and thinks that she's out, but she's not. She wakes up and she tries to escape the first time. And we know she's probably not going to make it because that's just the very beginning of the book. So there's all more to come. And then she goes back into the cabin. He sits down and starts talking to her and kind of explaining, I guess, if you want to call it that, why he's doing this to her. And he says it's basically because you're a bad person and I'm trying to purify you by killing you. And you're just like, what the hell is wrong with this dude? So yeah, that's basically his point throughout the whole book, is he's trying to help her, make her better. And yeah, it's kind of odd, but it works, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. And then, like I said at the beginning of the review, it has the beginning of each chapter is a past of either the killers or Ruth's. So it starts, for the killer, it starts way back when he was kind of little, so it explains why he is the way he is and why he's doing this to this girl. So from way back, and then to like 5 days, or no, not 5 days, to up into that point of kidnapping her, it tells what is going on in his mind, how he's thinking, what made him do this, who these people were that made him like this. And then while you're getting his backstory, you're also getting Ruth's backstory when she was younger, about being this little girl who everyone looked up to make her family better, to bring in stuff for her family. So she's trying to be this strong little girl and win these horse shows for her parents and prove to her parents that she is something and that she can do it. And it's just, that part is kind of heartbreaking, because you're like, you're just a little kid, you don't need to be taking up all this responsibility for your family. You're just supposed to be this little kid. And so it just goes through there and shows it and why she became the way she was up until she got kidnapped. And the killer had explained to her up until she got kidnapped that she was this ruthless little kid, this ruthless girl that didn't care about anybody. She had this best friend, but she didn't care about him. She just kind of used him, basically, when she wanted. And these other girls that her family was training to ride horses, she would look down on them and, say that she's better than them and that no one else could do what she did. So in the beginning, she is this, pardon me, she is this bitch. And so yeah. But as the story goes on and she's out in this wilderness and all this stuff is happening to her, she realizes that is how she was. Oh, sorry, my computer is shaking so much. That this is how she was, and that she needs to change. And that's what she's doing. And this is kind of getting a longer review than I thought. So I really, 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 really enjoyed the story. And it kept me wanting to read it to figure out what happened to her and if she became a better person for it and stuff. So yeah, this is now probably the longest review I've done right now. But yeah, I definitely recommend it. It's not slow. It doesn't start off slow. It doesn't end slow. It's not slow in the middle. It just keeps you going. And I know at a point in the, I know into the story it kind of gets overwhelming because she's doing all this stuff and then she's stepped back. And it's just like, is she ever going to make it to her final goal of getting free and getting rid of this person stalking her and wanting to kill her? And you're just like, I can't do it. It's just, it keeps going. But in the end, it's definitely worth it. So I would recommend continuing if you feel this way. And that's probably about it. So I hope you enjoyed my review. And thank you for watching it if you stuck with me this long. And leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought. Let me know if you've read it and you liked it, or what you thought about it if you read it. And I will see y'all again some other time. Thanks. Bye.